Hi guys, it's your books editor Emma. Recently I was lucky enough to get away on holiday for a week, and probably one of the things I was most excited about was getting some new books and getting to read them by the beach. So today I'm going to be reviewing one of the ones that really stood out for me. It's definitely like one of my favourite books I've read in a long time, I think. It's Caitlin Moran's How to Build a Girl, which was the Sunday Times #1 bestseller. So I'd heard of it, and I think that's why I chose it, because I'd heard it was supposed to be really good, and it's been kind of talked about a lot recently. So you've probably heard of it also. It's about this girl, Johanna Morrigan, and it goes from her being, I think, about 14 to maybe 17 or 18, and kind of just shows her growing up and kind of finding her identity and stuff like that. One of the comments on the front says "laugh out loud funny," and that's by Helen Fielding, who wrote Bridget Jones. So that kind of could give you a bit of an idea of the kind of style of the book. And to me, that's like a perfect way of summing up this book, because although I loved really everything about the book, what I think probably makes it stand out the most to me is that it did actually make me laugh out loud. And I think there's a lot that I can say about different books, like, oh, that was a really sad book, it really made me sad, it really made me think, that kind of thing. But to say a book made me laugh, to say like, oh, I found a really funny book, I think that's quite unusual. I can remember laughing a lot out loud too, if you guys probably remember from being 13 and 14, the Louise Renison, Angus Thong's Really Big Knickers, that whole series, that always used to make me really laugh. And that kind of always stands out to me in my mind as books that really properly made me laugh out loud, and this one will as well. I think to be able to make people actually laugh out loud is like, that fair play to Caitlin Moran. I think that's a pretty good talent. I literally just sat on the beach laughing. Sure, my boyfriend probably thought I was a bit weird, but it was really funny. Like, it's not a comedy book. A lot of the stuff about kind of what it's like to be a girl growing up, dealing with kind of relationships with males, especially, there is kind of a feminist edge to it. That can be quite hard hitting and thought provoking, and also coming from the social issues angle, Caitlin Moran kind of takes two sides, because there's feminism and also kind of a bit of social class in there as well, because it's a very prevalent theme throughout the book, is the fact that Johanna Morrigan's growing up as a working class girl in the 1990s. Her parents struggle for money quite a bit, and it's that struggle for money that kind of sparks the plot that will take us through her sort of coming of age story. So there is kind of a lot of interesting things in the book, and like make you learn and make you think. So it's not, I wouldn't say like it's a comedy, it's not always light-hearted by any means, but I think bringing that together with a character who's so funny, and she's just like really honest, like she's not like a pretentious teenage girl. Like, I know sometimes I have a tendency to feel like some teen characters in sort of young adult fiction can maybe be a bit pretentious to the point where they're not always believable, but this one seems so realistic, like you would want her to be your friend kind of thing. To bring that funny element and just kind of honesty with the kind of more intellectual side, like the feminism that I could pick up, and also kind of social class, I think that's really, really clever. And for me, I really like, obviously, like being my age and female, I think the whole kind of coming of age and how girls do kind of go about finding their identity in a world which is patriarchal is really interesting. And this, because it's told from Johanna's perspective, and it's so personal to her, because it's literally about how she navigates her life. I think it's a really, really interesting insight, and I found it very hard to put down. I always wanted to just pick it up and keep reading it, and when I finished it, I was sad and have since recommended it to a lot of people. I definitely think that it should appeal equally to both sexes, because there's really a lot of interesting stuff in there for everyone, and you know, just as girls might want to read stuff about what guys go through, guys might want to do the same. I don't really know age wise. I think anything from like young adult to adults, really. I mean, like, I'd recommend it to adults. I'm an adult, apparently, because I'm 20, even though I don't feel like an adult. So I think it's a pretty wide-reaching book, and I've already recommended it to loads of people, and would definitely recommend it to you guys as well. Yeah, I think Caitlin Moran is. I don't really know that much about her. I know she's. Oh yeah, that's it. She co-writes that the Channel 4 sitcom Raised by Wolves. If anyone watched that, I didn't watch that, but I get the impression she's a funny author, and I would like to. I think she'd be a cool person to have as a friend. I'll just read out this thing that comes from that little author page thingy at the front, because this made me really laugh. Caitlin lives on Twitter with her husband and 2 children, where she spends her time tweeting either about civil rights issues or that picture of Bruce Springsteen when he was 25 and has his top off. She would like to be remembered as a very sexual humanitarian. And even when I read that, I was laughing, and I think that kind of tongue-in-cheek humour sets the tone for the whole book. So I really hope that you guys go out and get a copy of How to Build a Girl, and I hope you like it as much as I did. Bye!